In the next few chapters, we'll look at some additional examples and material techniques. We'll start off by exploring the use of vertex colors to create a tinted glass effect, in which the glass's tint color is only seen along the thickest part, usually the edges. We'll also look at a material function built into Unreal, which can be used to add a frosted or blurry look to our glass surface. In the ArchViz interior map, we can see the final result material for the glass tabletop. The edge has a nice tinting, while the top has a blurred or frosted look. While there are several ways to achieve the tinting on the edges only, using vertex colors is a simple option that not only controls the location of material effects on an object, but should have minimal impact on performance. Let's open the exercises map now to build the material. From here, let's go up into the content folder and into our working directory. And we're going to create our material right here. We'll call it m_glass. Let's go ahead and open that up now. We're going to start very simply here with our glass material. And the first thing we need to do is set our result node to be a translucent material. So under the details panel, we'll choose blend mode, translucent. From here, we need to give it a base color. Let's go ahead and hold down the 3 key to create that base color and pipe that into the base color input of our material node. Before we go any further, take note of the inputs on our result node here. You'll notice that we actually only have access to a few. We have our base color, emissive color, opacity, world position offset, ambient occlusion, and refraction. We don't have metallic, specular, or roughness, or normal maps. And that's because of the translucency model that we're currently using. If we go to the details panel and then scroll down under translucency, you'll see the lighting mode for our translucency is set to volumetric, non-directional, and this is the lowest quality setting that we can use. What we're going to end up using is surface forward shading. We could also use surface translucency volume. These are going to be your best quality options here. You'll notice when I click on surface forward shading, it then gives me access to metallic, specular, roughness, and normal mapping. But for now, we're going to stay with the lowest quality setting here, volumetric, non-directional, just because as we're working, it's going to help us to get things done without waiting for long compiles. If we were to go with the highest setting right now, every change we made to our translucent shader would require a longer compile time. From here, we're going to go with a very simple opacity setup. I'm going to use a scalar value here, connect that into opacity, and we'll just set this to something like 0.2 for now. And then we're going to set up some basic refraction. For that, I'm going to use a linear interpolate node. So we'll hold down L key to create that. And then I'm going to need a couple of scalars. And then finally, I'm going to need a Fresnel node. And for that, we'll right-click and do a search for Fresnel. Now, you're going to notice that there's a couple of different Fresnels here. We have this Fresnel under Utility, but we also have Fresnel Function found under Vector Ops and Miscellaneous. And we're going to look at both of these Fresnels in this course. But we're going to start with a simple Fresnel here for our refraction. We're going to tie the Fresnel into the alpha of our LIRP, so it's going to control which of these is showing, whether it's A or B. And then we'll pipe our scalars into the A and B inputs of our LIRP. The second one here is going to be used for index of refraction. So I'm going to right-click, convert it to a parameter, and call it IOR. And then this first one, we're just going to set that to a constant value of 1. For IOR, we're going to set it to a default value of 1.2. Now for the slider maximum, we're going to set that to a value of about 1.52, which represents glass. And then we can connect our LIRP into the refraction input of our material. So let's go ahead and see the results of our material now in the viewport. Now we're going to add the glass material to our tabletop, but before we do that, let's go ahead and make an instance of it. So we'll right-click and create material instance. We'll call this mi_glass. And then let's drag it onto element 1 of the tabletop. Let's go ahead and stop right here, and in the next chapter, we'll look at how to begin adding the green tinting to the edges of the glass, and we'll discuss vertex painting.